Daniel, a struggling university student burdened by poverty, never imagined his life would change when he met Eleanor, a wealthy 73-year-old woman. What started as casual conversations at the coffee shop turned into a whirlwind when Eleanor proposed marriage, offering him a way out of his financial despair. The world saw their union as unconventional, but behind the headlines was a story of mutual respect and unexpected love. On their 7th day, as husband and wife, Eleanor's surprising request tested Daniel's intentions, forcing him to confront the true nature of their relationship. What followed was a journey of growth, resilience, and connection that defied societal expectations and proved that love can bloom in the most unexpected circumstances. A young man named Daniel had spent his entire life struggling to make ends meet. As a poor university student, every day was a battle against hunger, mounting debts, and the crushing weight of dreams that seemed too far out of reach. His family had always been poor, and he often felt like he was running a race he was never meant to win. Despite his circumstances, Daniel was determined to finish his studies, but the financial strain made it feel like an impossible task. One day, while working his part-time job at a local coffee shop, Daniel met Eleanor, a wealthy 73-year-old woman. She walked in wearing a tailored suit and a warm smile, carrying an air of confidence and sophistication. Eleanor ordered her coffee and struck up a conversation with Daniel. She was intrigued by his sharp mind and ambitious spirit, and over time, she became a regular at the cafe. Their casual chats evolved into deeper conversations, and Daniel found himself opening up about his struggles and aspirations. Eleanor, in turn, shared stories of her life, her successes, her losses, and the loneliness she had been feeling since her husband passed away years ago. Eleanor's wealth wasn't just immense, it was legendary. She owned multiple businesses, including a chain of luxury hotels, and had amassed a fortune that few could even fathom. But behind the glittering facade of her wealth was a woman who longed for genuine connection. She saw in Daniel a kind soul, someone who didn't see her as just a bank account or a status symbol. He treated her with respect and kindness, something she hadn't felt in years. One fateful day, Eleanor made an unexpected proposal. She asked Daniel to marry her. At first, he thought it was a joke, but Eleanor was serious. She explained that she wanted companionship, someone she could trust and talk to, and in return, she would ensure that Daniel never had to worry about money again. The offer was shocking and, frankly, overwhelming. Daniel wrestled with his conscience. Was it right to marry someone for financial stability? But then he thought of his mother, who worked herself to the bone to support him, and his siblings, who looked up to him as their only hope for a better future. He convinced himself it was the right thing to do. The wedding was a small private affair. Eleanor didn't want the media to catch wind of it, so only a handful of people were invited. Daniel's friends were stunned when they learned about the marriage. Some criticized him, accusing him of being a gold digger, while others envied his newfound wealth. But Daniel tried to block out the noise and focus on his decision. After all, Eleanor had given him an opportunity to escape poverty, a chance he never thought he'd have. The first week of their marriage was surreal. Eleanor insisted that Daniel move into her mansion, a sprawling estate filled with expensive artwork, marble floors, and endless luxury. She showered him with gifts, from tailored suits to a brand new car, and even offered to pay off his student loans. It all felt like a dream until the 7th day. On the morning of their 7th day, as husband and wife, Eleanor called Daniel into her study. She was sitting behind her massive oak desk, her expression calm but serious. Daniel entered nervously, unsure of what to expect. She gestured for him to sit, and as he did, she slid a document across the desk toward him. "Daniel," she began, her voice steady, "I need you to sign this." He picked up the document and quickly realized it was a prenuptial agreement. Confused, he looked up at Eleanor. A prenup? "But we're already married." Eleanor nodded. "Yes, but I think it's important that we put everything on paper now. This isn't about distrust, it's about clarity. I want you to know that my wealth isn't something you need to feel entitled to. If our marriage doesn't work out, I want both of us to walk away with what we brought into it." Daniel felt a lump in his throat. The words stung, even though he understood her reasoning. He had genuinely grown to care for Eleanor, but this document felt like a reminder of the transactional nature of their relationship. He hesitated, unsure of how to respond. Eleanor leaned forward, her gaze softening. "Daniel, I'm not doing this to hurt you. I've been taken advantage of before, and I need to protect myself. But that doesn't mean I don't trust you. This marriage was never about money for me. It was about companionship. I hope you can understand that." After a long pause, Daniel nodded. He picked up the pen and signed the document. Eleanor smiled and reached across the desk to squeeze his hand. "Thank you, Daniel. This means a lot to me." Over the following weeks, their relationship began to shift. Daniel started to see Eleanor in a new light. She wasn't just a wealthy woman who had offered him a lifeline. She was a person with depth, humor, and a kind heart. She supported his dreams, encouraged him to finish his degree, and even helped him set up a small scholarship fund for underprivileged students. Slowly but surely, Daniel's feelings for Eleanor grew deeper. But their marriage wasn't without challenges. The age difference made them the subject of gossip, and Daniel often felt out of place in Eleanor's world of high society. At charity galas and business events, he was frequently dismissed as the young husband or the boy toy. Yet, Eleanor always stood by him, defending him against anyone who dared to belittle him. Her unwavering support gave him the confidence to hold his head high. One evening, as they sat on the balcony overlooking the estate's gardens, Eleanor turned to Daniel with a thoughtful expression. "You know," she said, "when I first proposed to you, I wasn't sure if this would work, but I've realized something important." "What's that?" Daniel asked. Eleanor smiled. "You've given me something money could never buy. You've given me a sense of purpose again. You've reminded me what it feels like to care for someone deeply." Daniel felt his chest tighten. He reached for her hand and held it gently. "And you've given me a chance to build a life I never thought was possible. I'll always be grateful for that." Their marriage continued to thrive, defying the odds and silencing their critics. Daniel graduated from university, with Eleanor proudly cheering him on from the front row. He went on to start his own business, using the lessons Eleanor had taught him about resilience and determination. Together, they became a formidable team, supporting each other through life's challenges and celebrating each other's victories. In the end, their love story wasn't defined by their age difference or the circumstances of their marriage. It was a story of two people who found solace and strength in each other, proving that love can bloom in the most unexpected places. Daniel and Eleanor's journey was a testament to the idea that true wealth isn't measured in dollars, but in the connections we make and the lives we touch.